Okay, so today was my brother's birthday, and I still need to call and wish him happy birthday, actually. I was supposed to hang out with him and my mom, and we were going to go to Dave and Buster's, and I was like feeling really good this morning, and I got up and got clean and dressed and was putting on makeup when my mom called and was like, "Your brother's not into it and he doesn't want to go, so we might do something this weekend and we might not." And for some reason, I was like, "Oh, well, I'm ready and feeling good, so why don't we get together today?" And, when I got off the phone, I was like, whoa, okay, why did I do that? But then I was like, well, it's okay, it'll be good. And, so I got together with my mom, and it was actually awesome. I, like, I, I, like, can't even believe it. I guess she has been in therapy and getting help for her addiction to alcohol and dealing with denial and really coming to a point in her life where she can be in the present, and it was just like so amazing. I mean, she was like really listening to me for the first time, like hearing what I was saying, understanding. She talked about how denial is a huge issue with her, and it meant that she just wanted to believe that rather than there's a physical illness with me, that it was a life choice. And what she means by life choice is that I'm a drug addict and that it's just been my addiction to painkillers that's been keeping me sick, and that she's gotten over that denial. And the truth of it is that it's just like scarier than shit to think that your daughter, who's like always been like so strong and independent, can't be that anymore, and that it's not in our control, and it's not like a choice that I'm making. Certainly I'm not like abusing pain medication, and that's so funny. It's like you can't even get me to take the stuff. It's like I've been really good about it, but like it's still just I don't like to take it, so I just don't be as active as I could be. So we had lunch, and I was talking just a little bit about like my Etsy, and that I've been making stuff, and that I love to make stuff, and that it would be really cool to have a shop that wasn't on Etsy, so that I could be a buyer for a store. And I explained to her like about the Japanese street scene, and that like scene is just punk now. So, my ex okay to be seen is really clever. And oh man, it was crazy. So she wrote down the words fairy K. She wrote it down, and I explained to her like I'll say key, always I'll say key, but like I just want you to know that it's fairy K. And and she was like, so if this is like something that isn't really like readily available unless you're making it yourself, like in the US, then like you should have a shop. And she totally like wants to go into business together. She just about gave me $300 today to get my trademark, my logo trademarked, which I have a logo to trademark, and you haven't seen it yet because I don't have a trademark for it. So that's crazy, amazing. And she asked, like where we should open a store, and I was like, on the internet. We should have a web shop. We don't need to we don't need to have a store that has, you know, hours. Like on the internet, our store is open 24/7 and it's available to everyone around the world. So she was like, okay, well, do you know like what kind of site what you want the site to look like? And I was like, well, no, I haven't really like thought about that because I have like no ability whatsoever to like do programming or HTML or I couldn't like manage a website, you know, like it's taken me a while to learn Tumblr. So, yeah. Um but she knows web designers, like programmers and IT people, and she was like, they're not creators. You have to have an idea. You have to know what you want, and I am the idea girl. So I'm just like blown away that this opportunity has presented itself, and like even more so that it's like coming from my mom, and that my mom is present and presently my mom. It's so profound, the effect that alcohol has on people. And you know, if you have any loved ones that are drug addicts or alcoholics, like you really you really catch glimpses of who they are and like see who they are very rarely. And it and there's like a, I don't know, like a veil like over their face. Like you look into their eyes, they're not really looking back at you, and they're not really there. And that it wasn't like that today at all. I mean, it was just so amazing. You know, I have really looked and felt myself. I've felt that I've been an idiot regarding my relationship with my mom because I keep going back to her. I mean, just like today, it could have been disastrous, but I like absolutely believe in change and the possibility that she just like is herself. She just needs to be herself. That's all. I mean, if if she didn't have this monkey on her back, then she would just be an awesome person. Um, but yeah, and I've been waiting, oh God, 10 years for this to happen, for her to admit that she has a problem. So I'm I'm just blown away. I mean, the things she was saying, like she said something like it feels like the world is evolving around her and with her, and to hear my mom say something like that, for her to be self-aware is just astounding. And I'm just so happy. And I mean, it was just great. We had a great lunch, and then we came home and chatted in the driveway, and got to talking about my health issues, and she suggested that I get like a CPAP thing for sleep apnea, or at least a little oxygen tank to keep around when I'm having the breathing problems, so that I can breathe. Because I told her, like, you know, what I'd tell anybody, like, when it's like that, it feels like the last time I exhale is going to be the last time I exhale, and I don't even know how I take another breath. Like, it's so hard. I mean, you saw me breathing. That was when I was breathing well enough to, like, be taking a video and not, like, like, lurching and clawing at my neck and stuff. Like, it's a really good idea. It's a really, really good idea. And she also, like, knows a really good breast surgeon. Like, one of her friends got a breast reduction. Actually, like, someone that we lived across the street from forever, and, like, I was friends with her daughter. I didn't even realize she had, like, big breasts. So that's kind of amazing. But she she gave me the name of a doctor to get a breast reduction, and it was, God, it's so crazy. You know, like, that's totally helpful, and that's wonderful, and, like, I'm so glad she can be there in that capacity and be a parent, but she wasn't, like, ever in a space of judging or, like, forcing things upon me. And of course, I'm very like alert, aware. I'm feeling great today. I didn't even take the wheelchair out. I mean, all I did was like walk to the car and walk into this very small restaurant and sit in a chair and walk back out. But I mean, that's amazing. And I really felt like I didn't need the chair today, and I didn't. And I haven't. And I'm still going pretty strong. I'm just a little out of breath because I've been searching for some ribbon that I cannot find, like, anywhere. It's gotta be somewhere, but I don't know where. Yeah. I have a lot of craft stuff. It looks like craft crap, but it's stuff. I say so many times. I'm so sorry. I was explaining to her, like, the brain fog, and, I want people to be aware, like, when they're talking to me, that, like, any minute I could go, oh shit, I'm not gonna be here soon, like, it's really sudden, and it's seriously just, you're just gone. You're just gone. And she was like, she questioned, like, how that was different than depression, or, like, isn't that depression? And I was like, well, I don't honestly know that I've ever been depressed. I think maybe I've just had Lyme and people thought that I was depressed, and that, I used to be able to, like, pull myself through that because I know I'm infinite being, and I could connect to that energy and just be like, well, however tired I am and however much I hurt, I'm just gonna keep going. And I did that for many years, and I don't advise it. I advise that you listen to your body when it tells you that it needs to rest, or when it's alerting you of something. So, I don't know that I can, like, actually, like, speak to that, to being checked out from depression. I really didn't feel checked out when I was depressed. I felt, like, too aware of everything, if anything. So, as I continued to talk about it and try to describe the brain fog, what she noticed, or what she pointed out, was that, oh, you're saying that this happens, like, suddenly. Like, you'll be fine. You're saying, like, you'll be fine, and then 2 minutes from now, you'll be gone. And that it's just totally all of a sudden. And it's like, yeah. Well, she says, well, I think that's how it differs from depression. I think depression is, the dwelling and the anxiety that's caused by just living life, and the overwhelming emotion, it gets to you. But, like, you're saying that you're, like, talking and laughing and having a good time, and then, like, suddenly everything just rushes at you and you're kaput. And it's like that, yeah. So that's how it differs from depression, I guess, in my mom's opinion. I think my mom definitely knows about depression, because she's been trying to drink her way out of it for many years. To no avail. So that was pretty interesting. And, yeah, she's also shocked that I haven't seen an ophthalmologist yet, if that's how you say that. We all are shocked that that hasn't taken place. But, I think that just means that it's taking a while to create that opulent reality, and the best experience that it could be. I don't want to rush into something or really push for anything in my reality. The optimum experience comes to you. The path of least resistance, and it's very true. And that doesn't mean that you just sit back and don't try. It doesn't mean that you just, like, wait for things to happen. But, like, there's, you know in your heart whether something is right or wrong, and that's kind of how I live my life. And I guess I wouldn't have used to have said my heart. I would have just, like, I don't know what I would have said, because I didn't really acknowledge having a heart. But, like, now I totally would say my heart. And I told her, I tried to explain, like, the internet and how it works and everything, and, that I get so much from having all of you in my life, and that, like, every bit as much as as you look to me for inspiration or entertainment or information, is just like exactly how much love I'm like just throwing back at you, and that there's this constant reciprocation of love and appreciation from people that I've never met in real life, and that doesn't make it any less like real or valuable. I mean, all you guys are like so amazing. I mean, I'm like I'm sitting there eating lunch, and I'm just like thinking of each and every one of you and thanking each and every one of you for loving me, for letting me love you, and for creating this experience. We're co-creators. This day is like a miracle pulled out of my ass. I don't know how these things happen. I'm just really, really glad they do. It's been really, really awesome. Wow. I wasn't expecting this when I woke up today. But I did feel really good. And God, I just love life. I just love everything about it. And, anytime that I say that I don't, it's just like a little tiny like crack in a sidewalk, and it only feels like a chasm, because when you're really low you feel tiny, like a little ant. And it's all about perspective. So overall, I feel awesome about life, and I'm just like so fortunate to be as healthy as I am, with as diseased as my body is, to be as lucid as I am, as gone as my brain is sometimes, and to be so loved. It's very powerful. And I'm going to cry now. Oh. Yeah. So, totally love you guys, and I hope you all had such an amazing day. I hope that all of this positive energy just like bowled out across the world. That doesn't make sense. Rippled. There we go. Rippled out across everything, and that everyone was able to tune into that and just love each other and be loved. I've been waiting for my mom to wake up and find herself, so she can finally see me. So it's not about hoping, it's about knowing, it's about believing. I didn't have any expectations for today. I didn't leave the door going, oh, I hope this is going to go well. I don't leave any room for doubt or worry, and I feel that that's what hoping does a lot of times. So, I just want to say that, like, I absolutely expect that everything will be good, and that at some point all of those little good things will happen like together, and life will just be perfection. And I wish that for all of you wholeheartedly. We all deserve it. Okay, well, love and light. And I'm totally crying. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.